Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on just the DC TV universe in general. Crisis on Infinite Earth, The Flash, Arrow, Supergirl, all of them. Because we had Comic-Con over the weekend. It's now done and it's now wrapped up. Had a good time there. But there was a lot of stuff revealed at Comic-Con leading into Crisis. Like we all expected there would be. I think we all expected a tiny bit more though as well. So we got a lot of stuff, but you also feel like they maybe could have shown us maybe like one or two more things. Maybe one or two more things. Come on, you could have spared a bit more. But unfortunately they didn't. But I think what we got was enough, and a lot of it was really cool as well. Especially one thing which was just awesome to be there in person, just get to see it. So yeah, let's talk about everything that was revealed about Crisis on Infinite Earths at Comic-Con, and yeah. So the first thing that we learned, which I think we all predicted would be the case, was that the Monitor would be appearing throughout Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl this season. Now we know he's going to be in episode 1 of both the Flash and Arrow. I'm not too sure about Supergirl. From memory, they didn't say anything about him appearing in the first episode. However, they've said that he's going to be in both Flash and Arrow's first episode. So maybe with Supergirl, maybe they wanted to do another, a bit more building just within that episode for them, and then maybe he might show up in episode 2, 3 or something. But we know that the Monitor was responsible for bringing Malefic to to Earth. So maybe he might report back in or something. We'll have to wait and see. But we did learn that the crossover will begin exactly like it does in the comics, which it's very exciting. And this is essentially with all these different parallel universes being destroyed by this massive wave of antimatter, from, who would you think? Yep, it's self-explanatory, the AntiMonitor. And this is when we see the Pariah watching on helplessly. Now, if you were staying up to date with the Flash panel, you would know that Tom Cavanagh, who of course plays the various versions of Harrison Wells and also currently the Reverse Flash Eobard Thawne, he will be playing the Pariah. So they did say, and if you watch I don't know if my Flash panel recap video has already gone up and you've watched it, but I did say that you're going to get development throughout the Flash Season 6, or some build-up at least within the Flash Season 6, which leads up to the whole Pariah thing happening. So it seems that, I guess, Crisis starts on Flash, maybe? I don't know, I have to wait and see. It's going to be interesting to see how they handle the crossover, whether it is, say, like, Crisis on Infinite Earths is like a Flash episode, then an Arrow episode, then a Supergirl episode, or whether it is just like Crisis on Infinite Earths, a 5-part TV series. It's going to be interesting because all the crossovers in the past have been like just episodes of the show and just together it's an event. But I wonder if for this big event, whether it is just its own show, you know what I mean? And it's its own show with 5 episodes. So that's going to be interesting, but we'll have to wait and see. Now, along with the whole event, the crossover will be very, very faithful to the comic storyline and include pretty much all of its big moments, all these notable moments, but of course with an Arrowverse spin. So by that, say there's a moment with Green Lantern or something like that, they're probably not going to use that moment unless they decide to bring Green Lantern in, but say it's a specific Green Lantern like Hal Jordan or something like that. It wouldn't be Hal Jordan, but you know what I mean? With a specific character, they won't, they'll change it up to make it one of the Arrowverse characters. There's people complaining a bit about this, which I can understand because I guess you're like, oh, well, I want, a new actor coming in to play this new character. But I think just sometimes, maybe it's just too much, you know what I mean? So I can understand some complaints, but I'm okay with the whole Arrowverse spin because I think it makes sense. And you got to make things just, you got to mix them up. You got to make them a bit creative. So I'm fine with that as long as they don't twist stuff too much to the point where maybe it just annoys people that really love the story in the comics. But the good thing is that you have the big players in this story, like you have the Flash, like you have Supergirl, like you have Superman, which are fairly important to Crisis, and there's some other characters as well. So you got enough characters to the point where it's faithful enough, where the spins won't seem a bit too, a bit too much. You know what I mean? Now, of course, we know LaMonica Garrett is playing the Monitor. We know that he was in last year's crossover. We've seen him in Arrow last season as well. We know we're going to see him in Flash and Supergirl and Arrow this season. However, he's also going to be playing the AntiMonitor. So we were all wondering, like, there's a lot of fan castings, especially for, like, voice acting as well, for who would be playing the Monitor, for the AntiMonitor, sorry. But, well, the goddamn Monitor is playing the AntiMonitor now. A lot of people miss this. So they've showed, like, a first look at the AntiMonitor. He looks pretty much like he's I guess, like redone version in like the recent days in the comics. A lot of people saying he looks like Apocalypse. A lot of people saying he looks like Thanos and Darkseid. Well, Apocalypse and Thanos are copies of Darkseid anyway. But yeah, the modern day version, he looks a bit like that. I think they wanted to make him a bit more as if he looked like a living being, you know what I mean? Like he had an actual head. But this picture, if you look down in the bottom right hand corner, you can see a person. Now, a lot of people thought this was just a mini person, like an atom, like a Ray Palmer atom sort of situation. That's meant to be a size comparison. That is how big the Anti-Monitor is to a normal person. So he's going to be massive. I don't know how they're going to handle this on the actual episode. It's going to look weird. When he's his full version, it's going to be crazy. I actually cannot wait to see it. And I can't wait to see what the voice is for the Anti-Monitor as well. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. It was pretty cool when we saw that. That wasn't revealed at a panel or anything like that. Mark Guggenheim just tweeted it out. Now, Brandon Routh, who of course plays Ray Palmer on Legend of Tomorrow and formerly Arrow, he of course played Superman in Superman Returns in 2006, I think it was. Now he will be coming back to basically play that same character, like the whole Richard Donner, Bryan Singer Superman, but essentially it's going to be like the older version with the whole like Kingdom Come sort of twist to it. Now I think like they were saying like, oh Brandon, we can't get your old suit from the Warner Brothers archives because they're very protective of it, so we're gonna have to make you a new suit. And that's when he came onto stage at the Arrow panel and essentially revealed his like Superman logo and Superman look, which of course was the Kingdom Come design. Going to be really awesome to see that happen. I wonder if they're going to like give him like grey hair or like grey streaks or something like that. But Tyler Hoechlin's also going to be there. So the Supergirl version of Superman is also going to be there. So one of them's dying. One of them is definitely dying. It'd be interesting to see which one is the one that actually bites the bullet as well. There actually has been a lot of people saying that maybe they could have Tyler Hoechlin's Superman die, but Brandon Routh survives in the Earths merge, and he becomes Superman, and maybe Legends ends, and maybe Ray Palmer dies or something like that, so Brandon Routh then becomes Superman in the Arrowverse, which would be like a full-on, full circle thing and be pretty cool. But let me know what you think of that in the comments. Now, Lex Luthor will return for Crisis. They did confirm this at the Supergirl panel. I think we all knew this was going to happen if you watched Supergirl because of what happened at the end of last season with him and the Monitor. It just mattered, I guess, when he shows up and I guess what role he plays in the crossover as well. But we know he's going to be there. And John Cryer, who plays Lex Luthor, actually moderated the Supergirl panel, which was pretty cool. Now, one of the interesting reveals at the Batwoman panel was that Burt Ward, who of course played the Robin in the 1966 Batman TV series, is going to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths playing a currently unspecified character. They haven't said who he is playing. A lot of people think he's going to be playing an older version of Robin from another Earth. I think he could maybe play Alfred. Maybe he could play Alfred in maybe Earth 1's Alfred or another Earth's Alfred because he's, you know, that age. So yeah, maybe he's an older version of Robin, but then again, he could just be Alfred. I have to wait and see. Now, it has been said that there will be many more special appearances from, you know, classic DC actors, if you want to call them, in this crossover that are going to be announced in the coming... People are saying it could be announced in the coming days, like within the next week. But I wouldn't be, you know, I wouldn't be expecting something for a while, you know, until they actually start filming Crisis. Unless they want to start building hype for the actual seasons and stuff like that. You have to wait and see. Unless they just get the casting down, they don't want it to be revealed by someone who gets an exclusive and they want to do it themselves. But they are saying that Linda Carter, who was playing the president on Supergirl, could be coming back as a version of Wonder Woman or the Wonder Woman from the 1975 TV series, which would be pretty insane. Like an older version of Wonder Woman. Maybe she's from the same Earth as the Kingdom Come Superman, like Brandon Routh's new Superman version. I can't wait to see what they do. Maybe I don't know who. I'm trying to think of the top. Like, if you can think of any classic DC actors from either TV or film that could come back for this crossover, leave them in the comment section down below, because we could have a crazy amount. We could have some Smallville people coming back, even some of the shows from the 1990s. Maybe like the Birds of Prey cast could come back as well. It's pretty insane, like the possibilities that they have in regards to bringing people back for this crossover. And they don't have to necessarily play the character they played before. They can play a completely different character. Now, as we have known, Oliver and Barry have been like the core of the crossovers so far, but it has been said, like in the Batwoman panel, they did say this, that the stage is being set for Supergirl or Kara and Batwoman or Kate Kane to basically rise into that role following Crisis, which makes sense because Arrow's ending, Oliver's meant to die, so if you're gonna have like a friendship in that crossovers going forward, it's probably going to be Kara and Kate. Now, I know Kara and Barry have a friendship as well, but they probably want like that whole like bonding within the between the girls. So that makes sense to me, and they got teased in Elseworlds last season as well. Now, one thing that was said in the Black Lightning panel is that they will have no role in Crisis at this stage. They could be lying, but really there's always this fear for Black Lightning to get involved. I don't know why. I know they film in Atlanta. It's hard for them to cross over because they're in a completely different city and country, because the other shows film in Vancouver and Canada. But I don't know, like, it just seems silly that they wouldn't. If we're getting a goddamn Brandon Routh Superman and Linda Carter Wonder Woman possibly being a Crisis, how can Black Lightning not be there? It doesn't make sense to me, but I don't know, I have to wait. That's basically like a whole watch this space thing to see whether they actually show up or not. But overall, I think the information that we got from Comic-Con in regards to Crisis was pretty cool, because it's almost like having another show completely just, details spilled for another show. I can't wait to see what they do with Crisis and the stuff we get revealed going forward. There's still a long time until Crisis even, airs. We still got like 4 months until it would even hit our screens. So, and then it continues on into next year. So, yeah, I can't wait to see what they do. But yeah, guys, that's it. So if if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it, show support, and I guess excitement for what's coming up. If you want to leave all your various opinions in the comments section down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. What are you looking forward to the most, I guess? Because I'm sure people have differing opinions on what they're looking forward to the most. And yeah, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.